Hi, my name is Aolus, aka your favorite atheist, and I'm here with the one and only, the mind behind all these technologically fancy, jizzy-jazzy videos, the Godless Engineer.
What up? I'm the Godless Engineer here. We're appearing on Aolus's channel, God Works Out. So if you will, head on over to my channel if you want to see some more of these dumbass comments. We alternate every other week. Plus, we got Reason that's coming up. I'm sure Aolus will spout some good stuff about that here in a second. But we have a new guest on this week, and that's Lee Lemon.
Lee Lemons, the baddest atheist female bodybuilder out there, yo.
Thank you, and I feel kind of bad that I did not pregame with cocaine like the rest of you did. You guys are very, very excited right now. So, yes, I'm Lee Lemon, and my channel is of the same name with a 0 for the O. And as the lovely introduction was, yeah, I like to lift weights, and I don't like to have bullshit in my my life, whether it's religion or bro science. So I enjoy that very much.
All right. So, now that we got that out the way, we can move on to the 5 dumbass comments of the week. Woo!
Well, we got some pretty good ones this week.
And before we get started, I'll just tell y'all what I'm drinking. I went hard tonight. Okay, here we go. Ooh!
What is that?
Patron.
Patron.
Yes, tequila.
Excellent.
My favorite drink.
Nice.
What you got, G?
Me, I've got my own homemade tea.
Oh.
No.
You're not gonna tell us what's in it?
Well, no, it's just tea. I'm actually, I didn't get a chance to go out and get liquor today.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
just what he's telling us. Wait until he gets all loopy in the video.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something there. I'm drinking Chinese liquor, and I bought this one because it was $5 instead of $4, and with Chinese liquor, that dollar means something. So it tastes like wet pineapple or wet trash and pineapples, and we were drinking it out of my fantastic space cup, and that's great. The good thing about this though is there's no real hangover, I've noticed, so that's nice. It's nice about that. And it was advertised a lot. After I bought this, I saw a bunch of advertisements for it, and I was really happy. I'm like, oh, this is a legitimate one. Because I did this thing on my channel where I found these. They were awful. They were like glass cups with like a foil lid. And they were like 80 cents. And it was liquor. And I tried them, and they were terrible. One of them tasted like black pepper and sofa cushion. And the other one tasted like regret. Like every time you tasted it, you get that feeling in your stomach, that the same kind of feeling you get when you know you've done something wrong. And so I just was like having like this whole I think that cup should come with a trigger warning on it. And the nice thing is you get the commemorative cups afterwards, so that way you can just remember your good time. So that was the best part of that. So yeah, that little dollar means a little something extra. I could have bought several of the cups.
From $4 to $5.
That's right. I'm mixing it with some Coke Zero too. I'm hoping
I got a
Coke
feeling.
Let's sponsor them or sponsors me. I mean, I've been pumping them enough when I've been drinking this Chinese liquor. Like nothing goes with the taste, just like Coke Zero.
I got a feeling this is gonna be pretty bad, so I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off when G pulls up that first comment.
Okay.
Oh, let's start now.
Damn, you people are all lost souls, rebellious souls. Allah must send you people to hell. Y'all don't believe in God. Y'all question God's existence like your existence in the world and the universe wasn't enough proof of his. Alright? Okay, so basically, I mean, he ends this with an argument from design. Basically appealing to nature or appealing to the universe and whatnot. It's a pretty poor argument. I mean, I hate it when people say, well, can't you tell? I mean, look, that door right there, you think that door just made itself? I mean, what if a tornado went through a junkyard and made a Ferrari?
Now, you hold on just a second there. Cause I ain't never seen no Muslims using y'all. Where is this Muslim from? Is he from Texas? Cause we will find him. Where is his location? Get on that fancy Jeep, that GPFDS thing, and show me where I can go find this guy. Cause I'll teach him the right way. Lord help him.
I'm actually focused on the first two sentences here, and for me, like I don't know about you guys, but I'm a giant dork, and I play Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm just thinking about like having an orc character, and I'm lost and I'm rebellious. Like, how is that gonna happen? I'm so lost that I'm just fucking rebelling. Like, I don't even know what I'm rebelling against. I'm just doing it. Like, is there a king here? Fuck him. I'm rebelling against him. Like, I'm just wandering, with my party, my stuff, and my Warhammer, and I'm just like, rebelling and losing myself. Like, just can you just imagine somebody just wandering lost, but also actively rebelling? That's what I'm having trouble with here.
Yeah,
I rebel against if you're lost.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm away from God. I'm lost from God. Like, well, isn't that, if that's the point, then good. I lost him. Like he was tailing me, and I fucking lost that guy. Like, that's what I need. I don't need to rebel extra on top of that. Like, if I get away from the police, I don't need to like litter outside of the car. Like, I don't need on top of that. I'm not like, all right, I got away from them, and I'm just gonna jaywalk extra. Like, I don't need to do that. That's not necessary.
Wait, hold on. I can just see it now. It's like someone's like just got away from the cops, and he's like, "Fuck you," and like jaywalks across the street. What are you doing?
That was my goal, apparently, because that's what they think about us, that we actively know there's a God, we actively believe in God, and we just personally don't like him, and so we try to leave. So it's like, all right, I lost the fucker. Like, I don't need to rebel against him, or I can rebel against him and not lose him. Like, I think he would have to be here for me to rebel against him. Do you know what I mean? If I just walk away and shut the door, what am I doing? I just turn on some TV or something. I don't even rebel.
To him, that's considered rebelling, because everyone must obey a God. But I wanted to address the part where he says that we're lost souls. I actually haven't been lost since I became an atheist. Like, I've been so much happier. I'm so much more free. I have so much more appreciation and understanding of how the universe works, how I fit into that, which is infinitesimally small. I just feel like I'm more found, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not as lost as he makes us seem.
I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound like a joke, but it's true. I haven't been lost since I was an atheist because I can rely on other people and ask directions instead of praying that God will help guide me. I'm not even kidding. That's what I used to do when I was like, I used to be a fundamentalist Pentecostal Christian. And so I was like, if something happened, I would just be like, praying about it. And so any little thing that happened, I would pray. So it's like, oh, I can't find the way. Instead of pulling my car over and asking for directions, I would just pray to God that he would help me find this. So I'm a lot less lost now, like literally, that I'm an atheist.
So to go on, he says, Allah must send you people to hell. Y'all don't believe in God. Okay. Actually, if you want to go by the Quranic interpretation here, this guy's right. Allah must send us to hell, right? Because the Quran specifically and explicitly states that predestination is a thing. That Allah has predetermined that some people must suffer in hell from the beginning of time. In fact, he has sealed their hearts. He sealed the hearts of the unbeliever. That's in Al-Baqarah. That he can punish them so that he can punish them until the end of time. So yes, I mean, I guess he's right here. Allah must send us to hell since he predestined us to be non-believers.
This sort of brings me to like this thing that was, it's another point that people like to bring up, which is what's your purpose in life? If you aren't, religious, if you're an atheist, what's your purpose in life? And, how does life have a value? And I just say, well, I make my own purpose in life. And, my life has a value that I assign to it. Because the idea that a God, especially one that has a predestination, that what is their purpose to life? If you already know we're going to go for all eternity and life is a blip in the length of eternity, then what the hell are we even here for? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. And is it like to make me feel bad, like extra, like I'm in hell, and I'm like, man, I really should have listened to all those people talking about Islam. Like, is that what it is that I'm in hell and I beat myself up further because I lived a life? Is that what it's about?
Well,
is that what hell is? Is that the torment? Or like when you're in heaven, you're like, yeah, good job, me. You totally were born in the right place. Good.
Well, I'm kind of curious, like why isn't like living for yourself like not good enough? Or you know, I mean, like why does it have to be living for God? Like why does that have to be the purpose?
For me, my the way that I define my worth is by my output. That's it. And I know it's going to sound really strange, and for anybody watching that's religious, this has nothing to do with atheism. This is just my personal think about it, or my personal thoughts on the subject. I do not see somebody as inherently valuable just by virtue of being human. I believe that you have to produce a value, and that can, you know, assuming that you are in a sound mind and body. You know, if you produce a value, then you are valuable. So for me, the value in life is to do for other people. And when I was religious, I would hold back from that because I felt like maybe I'm messing up God's plan. Maybe God meant for them to do X, Y, or Z, so I shouldn't interfere with that. That's sort of God's thing. And with Hindus, you know, there was the caste system and the caste system, and the situation was the untouchables, which is you were so shitty in your previous life that you were reincarnated into a shitty situation. Therefore, if we help you, we're ruining your karma. We're interfering with karma's retribution against you. So we cannot help you. And that's the same concept. It's like there's this big divine plan, and we don't want to interfere with it. As an atheist, I'm far more charitable. I'm far more helpful. I put myself out there for other people all the time. I do volunteer work. I believe because there isn't a God. That's how I believe that I'm not going to be rewarded later on. So it's just a strange concept, you know, that we're worse off as atheists.
The purpose of life, whenever they ask me that, I always say, is to live. And if you are living your life based on ancient myths and some afterlife that they promised you that is not even guaranteed, you're basically suspending living life on your own terms in order to do whatever is necessary. So what is your purpose in life? You know what I mean? You don't really have a purpose other than to die. You know, I say this all the time, but atheists, they're, you know, like, what are you living for? Why don't you kill yourself? No, that's the wrong perspective. As an atheist, we have everything to live for and nothing to die for. But to continue his comment here, because we're talking all over the place. Y'all question God's existence like your existence and the world and the universe wasn't enough proof of his. Terribly worded argument from design.
Yeah, I think, and there's a couple commas that could have been helpful, but
and some apostrophes.
Well, yeah, we'll ignore that. Yeah, right.
Okay, well, sorry, Lee, go ahead.
Oh, the thing that I always tell people when they do this is you cannot decide God's characteristics and then decide that something happens to line up with that. You have to first demonstrate that a God even exists. Then you have to demonstrate it is capable of doing this. Then you have to demonstrate it did do this. You cannot just say, oh, this happened, because I can just say the same thing. And every time they say this, I always say, if this is your reason to believe in your God, then you must believe in every single other creator deity out there, because that is the same argument. And you can see this guy is a Muslim, or this gal is a Muslim, and you know that we've heard the same argument from Christians. So this is convincing this person that Islam is true, which convinces Hindus that their religion's true, and it convinces Christians that their religion's true, and that's why they have to believe in everybody else's. You know, why not the concept of who was it? Osiris and Set cut off somebody's dick, and then they got it in the sea, and then they had sex a lot, and then like now we're all their kids. Like, hey, why not believe that too?
This sounds like a divine Lorena Bobbitt.
Yeah, I think GE Man needs to make an appearance.
He's in the other room somewhere. I don't know. I'll have to go find him here in a minute. But just to kind of briefly talk about the argument from design here. The argument from design is basically a false equivalence. Because basically, you know, they're trying to compare like what they're trying to do is compare like the universe to the Earth or something like that. Generally, is how sometimes it's done. And you know, like you can't like what they do is they exclude a whole lot of things in any kind of comparison that they make. Like whether it be like, oh, just look at the beauty of this Earth, you can't make this. Or you know, this just doesn't come into existence. I mean, that's negating a lot of what we know in science and whatnot. Like that leaves a whole bunch of it out. So I mean, whether no matter how you come at it from the argument of design, I mean, it's still just you're having to leave out a whole lot of science that either they don't understand, which is personal incredulity, or they don't want to understand, or you know, since it doesn't fit their narrative, they're just like, that's just science. They're just lying. I don't want to hear from no scientists. They all be lying and shit.
The thing that kills me though is, so you know, you always hear about the watchmaker argument as proof that, you know, the world was created or the universe was created. But the thing that I always point out is, okay, if you're walking along on this beach and you happen to see a watch poking through the sand, how do you identify that that watch actually was created and there was a watchmaker? By contrasting it with the natural world. That's how you realize that.
Exactly.
And it's not... Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Listen,
no,
if that happens, my attention span is so short, I already lost my thought.
No, I'm sorry. Okay, I got it, because mine is too. And so that's why I'm like, I got to say something, otherwise it's gone. Because they always say, like, if you walked out and you saw a plastic wrapper for a candy bar, then you would know that, you know, wasn't supposed to be there. You would know that somebody created that. Yeah, that's right. That means that the entire time you were walking down the beach, you weren't saying, oh my God, all of this was fucking created. Ooh, I wonder who did it. I wonder what factory they made it from. Like, nobody looks down at a crab and says, who made this crab? Oh my goodness, was this one made in China? Oh wow, this is a really good crab. Like, nobody does that. You're walking in the forest alone, you know, you see the candy bar wrapper. That's what you notice because it's out of place. You don't look and say, who made this tree? Was it the same guy that made this other tree? Or was it the same guy that made the squirrel? You don't do that. You just don't, because it's a natural world.
Now, hold on now. Because every time that I've ever came across this beauty, I've always wondered, who created this? Was it you, God? I think it was you. It must have been you.
I think it was Jesus.
Praise Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
Lee, I just don't think that you're looking on the right side of that crab. It clearly says made in Japan, made in China. You never see any good crab made in the USA, okay? That's because God operates outside of the United States. He knows where the tax incentives are.
Hey, I know that we're just joking around, but Alaskan king crab, this is a good time. It's like this big, and you break into them, and then it's just a good time.
I've seen Deadliest Catch, and believe me, I wish some of them did die. No.
There's one other thing I want to address before we stamp this guy with dumbass of the week, and that is that, you know, he's going on to use this argument to say that the world and the universe is proof of a God, and most likely he's going to say that it's so complex that it must have had a creator. Okay, and always the response is this. Okay, if something requires a creator because it is so complex, or it is just so it seems to be designed, then that thing that created that thing must be more complex and more designed than the thing he created. So by that own logic, your creator must require a creator because he is complex and seems to be designed.
Right, and I always bring up that, you know, we say that matter and energy can never be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. And I think, you know, I'd like to point out that if you think that, if you're willing to accept that something has always existed, which is your God, then why can't you just say it's been matter and energy?
Yeah, basically
You know?
the universe.
Yeah, I mean, if you're already willing to go with something that has just already existed and does not need a creator, then why not go with something that we know just exists and I don't create or destroy it? That's
now we don't know.
those sunglasses. That is just
Now listen
so
here.
chaotic.
God bless America and God bless these sunglasses. But you listen here. We don't know that the universe always existed. In Genesis, it says, God said, "Let there be light," and then there was light. So therefore, according to that their logic, God must have existed before the universe. Okay? So God always is and it always was, and I'm sure it says that in Hebrew somewhere.
Okay, but in the Quran, it says that Allah has opened the universe and will close it like a book. So that is the Big Bang right there in the Quran. It is
wait.
Don't even know.
Sorry, hold on.
1400 years ago, before any scientist ever said this, the Quran said this. Tell me how that is not divine.
But Muslim Lee, hold on. Okay, but he opened the universe and then he closed it. Not like a book, but more or less like a woman's legs, right? So maybe does that mean that he raped the universe into existence?
Yes,
well,
his ejaculation was the Big Bang.
Listen,
don't you get it? The Big Bang, 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 bang.
It actually says this in the Quran because Allah can do anything He does, and He creates things in an instant. Don't you see? So He is the fastest being that can do anything so quickly. And this means, in the Quran, it also says the universe was filled with smoke, and out of the smoke there came things. That means God was fucking her so fast, He created smoke. Do you see?
Now, you listen here. Now, this is the problem with Allah, that girl god. Allah is a girl god, okay?
Apparently not. He fucks so fast, he makes smoke, man.
He obviously has some...
The universe cannot self-lubricate that quickly.
My Jesus hung on a cross for 3 days and 3 nights or something like that. Whatever it says in the Gospels, that's what happened. This Allah prematurely ejaculated.
Yeah. Allah's a preemie, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
He can do anything he wants.
I think we got enough
that
to
is
stamp
the thing.
this guy.
Take this off here.
Yeah.
I think we got enough to stamp this guy. Dumbass of the week.
There we go. Y'all ready for the next one? Okay, now, let's see. I think, I don't think this is the one that Lee should read, maybe. So, Alice, you want to take this one?
Why?
Why? Is it because women can't read? Is that
No, because I know the one...
I must recognize the man's power. So.
No, because I know the one that you were jumping out of your seat for, and I think that you need to read that one. That's the one... Yeah, because I don't. I'm trying to give us all equal time on it. So,
you know what? I'm trying to give equal time. These.
There you go.
Do you have the meme that goes along with this? I sent it to you.
Yeah. That was the first one, right?
Yeah, the one with I think it's Albacar or whatever. Yeah, there you go. I can't even read that. It's so blurry.
Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe I can.
You can do it. You can
All right.
Channel the inner the same mind that you use to interpret the stupid. You can use to interpret this because you have to look very carefully.
Right.
What's he going to get?
He's probably going to get his shades.
Shit. Well, I didn't know we could get up and leave in the middle of this because then I would have got my scarf. Like I have an actual scarf, and I would have.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, we'll edit it out.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yep, I knew he was getting his shades. Alright. So, on a meme that was posted over on my lovely IG page, as you can see here, we've got some non-believers burning in the fires of hell. And the passage is from the At.a 2, 6 through 7. Don't bother warning the disbelievers. Allah has sealed their hearts and made it impossible for them to believe so that he can torture them forever after they die. Now, obviously, that's me paraphrasing it, but that's exactly what it says. You can look it up for yourself. So we got Ethiopian here. He says, taking things out of context. Good job, sir. You have played yourself. Then we've got Kush with the green anonymous mask here. Ethiopian, yup. Basically, that's what this page is all about. Deception. Atheists tend to get lonely, and you know what they say. Misery loves company. Destroying their own spirituality is not enough for some atheists. They must attack and destroy the spirituality of others through misinformation and deceit. Shaking my head.
Can I just talk about misery-loving company for a second? I don't know if any of you have ever dealt with depression, but you just want to be alone.
Yes.
You know, you just shut yourself down from everything. So the idea that misery loves company, it just shows like how unthinking these people are, that they just parrot anything that suits their situation at the time, you know. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, now I'm just gonna say this right now, that you know, your page being all about deception and stuff. I mean, I just gotta say that's spot on right there. I mean, that's all you're doing is you're deceiving your people. You know, destroying personal spirituality. I'd have to say, yeah, that's about right. I mean, not about Allah. Allah is a piece of shit and it's false. But you know, about Christian, because you know the Christian God is the only real God because that's what the Bible says.
That's right.
And I mean, that's all you really need is the Bible, and you know, deliciously thick cocks. But you know, misery loving company. I mean, I don't get that, because I mean, yeah, when I'm all misery like, I mean, I don't like people being around me. I stay in bed, huh?
Yeah, I said this is the company I like when I'm miserable.
Oh yeah, that's. I mean, Jack and you know, other various people.
Those guys over there. You can bring Jack and you can bring Jameson, invite them over. That's okay.
Oh yeah, Soko's good too. I mean, Soko will put me on my ass. Oh yes, it will. I mean, and he's saying taking things out of context. I love it when people say taking things out of context. I mean, they don't even know how to put things into context. And even when you put things into context, they don't like it.
Yeah. I actually on my channel, I had somebody who kept telling me I was taking things out of context, and it was so obvious I wasn't. I was like providing a full passage for him, and I was just like, do you even know what context means? So it makes me wonder too, like the sealing the heart of the unbeliever. That's actually something that happened to the Pharaoh in Exodus. And Christians will say, well, it's because the Pharaoh didn't want to follow God. He was rejecting God. And so God, hardened his heart. And then God started making decisions for him. And then that's what caused a bunch of people to die, a bunch of animals to die, the earth to die. And I just thought, first of all, that kind of sucks, because it's like not a God of second chances. I thought, we don't get our second chance after we die. Then it's over, not while we're still alive. But it's a conscious decision on the part of a God to do that.
But actually, in that story, the Pharaoh did want to let him go.
Right, and the reason they would harden their heart, exactly my point, the reason they would harden their heart is because they knew that they would have chosen a different idea or a different path. Sorry, I'm getting a little...
I honestly think Ali needs to make an appearance here, because this is a Muslim comment. I think we need some Muslim commentary.
It is a Muslim comment. It does need some Muslim commentary. Let me. I gotta put this the right way. It's actually a shirt, and it's got this bear on it on the front. It's like this angry bear, and it actually matches what I'm wearing pretty well. So, hijab on fleek. So.
We're getting death threats.
All right, so wait a second, Eric. Can you please tell us where this was taken out of context? Because this is basically what the passage says.
Right. This is taken out of context simply because Allah knows everything that will happen. So he's just expediting the process. That's all. He already knows you're going to make a bad decision. So he's just saying, you know what, fuck it. Let's just cut the shit. You know, I don't want you to be annoyed by any other Muslims, and let's just go ahead and just, you know, cut to the chase. And that's all it's really about. And if you would have read Al-Burqad 2:1, you would have known that.
God damn, I feel put in my place.
Instant decisions and instant choices and instant doing. Okay, when he fucks, he makes smoke. It's that instantaneous. All right. So when he says, "Look, I don't want to deal with this problem. I don't want to deal with these guys flip flopping and waste the time of my precious followers," he's just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just harden the hearts. We're done.
Now you look at here. First of all, Allah is a fake god. Okay, it's a pagan, nonsensical god, and
you keep talking. I'm just gonna go ahead and prepare something here on my chest, and then
we're gonna get this right. Allah is a girl god, and Islam is a fake religion. But let me tell you this: you have hope with Jesus Christ. See, with Islam, it tells you right there. It says, "Don't bother warning the disbelievers. Allah gonna send them to hell." But if you choose Jesus, He will give you eternal life. And listen,
how can that be if Allah's already hardened your heart?
These Muslims think that they're going to go to heaven, and they think that they're going to come across 72 virgins. Well, let me tell you what Jesus has got in heaven.
Let me tell you, I do not want 72 virgins.
He's got rivers of alcohol and endless supplies of women.
72 virgins will just be, hang on.
You can get some very dirty butt sex with Jesus. Okay? Because though the Bible may teach against homosexuality, if you'll notice, if you look closely, Jesus never said anything about it.
Your false book says that we are all the bride of Christ, which means Jesus is engaged in a lot of gay marriage. So how can God be against gay marriage if he's a faggot? All right, so we're done with that for a long time.
All right, so I guess I have to actually defend my page because, you know, that it is being called.
Yes, please tell us what is in 2.1, 2.2, and 2.8 at least. So we know.
Oh, do I need to pull that up real quick?
You know what? Why don't you? Just do it.
Go ahead and keep talking while I pull it up.
Well, the thing that I'm concerned with the most is that I think that I'm getting a little drunker than you guys are, because I told you this morning all I was doing was puking. So I'm doing it on like a negative stomach, not an empty stomach, but a negative stomach. So I've been drinking this much of it so far. So we're doing all right.
Yeah.
And
all right. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
How are you feeling, Areolus?
Areolus.
Oh my goodness. Aeolus.
You don't want to be god of the nipples?
No. Well, not right now. I mean, you know, don't get me turned on now, because I'm already drinking.
This is like after we're done recording. Let's just get done with this first, and then we'll talk about the areolas.
You know what? This is the best thing. I gotta tell everybody, because this is the best thing in the world. I got my Hello Kitty sports bra on under this thing. Oh, it's going there. You know why? It's because
I'm just letting y'all know.
Hello Kitty is made by Japan, and Japan is a bunch of godless fucks. That's why. So therefore, I'm so atheist. Even my tits are covered in atheism.
Hey, after this stream, y'all ain't gonna get to see the hidden, you know, behind the scenes Skype.
Yeah.
All right, so
when Muslims, what is that? Muslims gone wild. Oh, wait, no, that's just this again, isn't it?
Al-Baqarah 2:1, Alif Lam Mim. Al-Baqarah 2:2. This is the book about which there is no doubt, a guidance for those conscious of Allah.
I'm sorry. I just like how putting it in context is just like these two verses are just underscoring the next verse. You know what I mean? It's like, by the way, this is true. Not only is this true, but this is like super totally like pinky swear true.
Yeah, doesn't he sound like a high school girl at this point? Like, this is so super totally true. You don't even need to fact check it.
You don't
Nope. Just play telephone with it. 2 and 3. Who believe in the unseen, establish prayer, and spend out of what we have provided them. 2 and 4. And who believe in what has been revealed to you, O Muhammad, and what was revealed before you, and of the hereafter, they are certain in faith. 2 and 5. Those are upon right guidance from their Lord, and it is those who are the successful. 2 and 6. Indeed, those who disbelieve, it is all the same for them whether you warn them or do not warn them. They will not believe. 2 and 7. Allah has set a seal upon their hearts and upon their hearing, and over their vision is a veil, and for them is a great punishment. So there you have it.
Verse 8.
Oh, verse 8? Okay.
Yeah.
And of the people are some who say, we believe in Allah in the last day, but they are not believers.
So he sealed their hearts so hard that even if they try to get out of it, they're still fucked.
Yes.
Wow.
Allah, that is like, that is, you know what? I think that I know what I'm going to draw for my picture of everybody draw Muhammad Day. I'm going to draw Muhammad praying to Allah, and Allah is just going to be that troll face meme. That's all it is.
I mean, holy shit.
Then,
I mean, putting...
Wait. And then quote this verse. Quote this verse. And of the people, some who say, we believe in Allah in the last day, but they are not believers.
Right. Jeez.
Well,
Who
so
would say
basically...
that? Like, who just does, by the way? You know, that's what I want to know. Like, who, because I remember always being warned against fake Christians, like when I was a Christian. And it's just like, who wastes their time doing that?
What, being
like,
fake?
Me,
Joshua Fierstein.
I mean,
all right, I think we got enough to stamp both of these down. Well, I never actually defended my Instagram, so...
I don't think you need to. I think reading that defended your Instagram.
Well, no, yeah, I mean, putting...
I've got to say my piece, okay? Listen.
Okay.
If you want to say your piece, join Islam, the religion of peace.
Yes. The religion of peace, but we will fucking kill you if you leave.
The religion of peace. Pieces of you all over the floor after you suicide bomb.
I just remember that Ashley Simpson song, Pieces of Me. Thank you so much for that. Thanks a lot. The one-hit wonder. And,
So G is right by stamping these two with dumbass of the week. We have successfully defended my Instagram, but I gotta shamelessly plug it. So go over to Instagram and follow me at GodWorksOut.
Lemon Lifts. Just jumping in on the shameless bandwagon.
Oh yeah, I follow Lee, and she's got some pretty good stuff that she puts on there. She chronicles her weightlifting. She's got some really good shots on there.
Those selfies, man, where she's just like, "Oh yeah,"
she's like, "Don't fuck with me."
Right, I like that they kind of speak for themselves now. That's nice. And then when like I'll grab shit from people, they're like, "This is so heavy," and I'm like, "That's right, I got it." And they're like, "Oh, you're really strong." I'm like, "Shh."
Fucker. All right, Lee, I think this is the one that you want to read.
Okay, can I just say real quick, there's some people that think I'm on steroids, and I think they don't even lift. If they think that I'm on steroids, that's pathetic.
Hey, they say that about me too, so.
Do they say that about you, son?
Do what?
They probably would. If he posts a selfie flexing, they'd probably be like, steroids.
Steroids. The best if they spell it STAIR dash steroids.
Well, let's
like
see.
Graboids from Tremors. Oh my god, do you guys remember that movie with Kevin Bacon?
Yes, yes.
I haven't thought about that in forever. Thank you for taking me down memory lane.
I use liquor.
You know what? I realize I'm getting drunker because I'm drinking more than you are, so you better hurry up and catch up to me. I'm
pretty drunk right now.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Because you seem kind of sober.
Are you saying I need to down some more tequila? Are you challenging me here?
You hold it well, sir. You hold it well. Do I seem like I'm getting sloppy? That's what I need to know.
No, I don't think you are.
Oh. Because my face, I can't feel it right here.
That's where it starts. Right there. And then it expands out and you're like, I can't feel shit.
I should get blush. A lot of blush on. That'd be great. Okay, what am I reading? Can you make it bigger? Can you embigger it?
Bigger.
Can you
make it more clear? Like make it.
There we go, more clearly. Oh. Thank you. So this is from Big. Which
wait, hold on.
Let's get the profile picture.
GE, you gotta post the meme that came with it. The meme that I posted.
The meme that came with it. And can we see, Godless Engineer, can we see the picture of... Alright, so I don't give some I test illegible shit. I can't read. So imagine fucking... it's off the screen.
Hold on.
Flip over.
Yeah, I feel like I'm taking an eye test when I'm reading this. I don't give a damn what you believe in. You can do
you can believe in the magic fucking shoe if you want, but keep that to yourself. Keep it out of public schools, off of government property, and out of any legislation.
Areolus at Godworks.
Listen,
I just think listen. Okay, look. Aeolus, I don't think you need to take it personally anymore. I just think Lee is thinking about tits at this point, okay? So just...
Okay, first of all, when are we not? Second of all, it's because I associated the two words, and I can't disassociate them anymore. And thirdly, what Greek god would you put me as? You better do the right one, or I'll fucking kill you.
Ooh.
Let's do it. Let's get in this. It's the most obvious one.
The most obvious one?
Yeah.
I mean, you seem like... I would go with the safe side. I don't know what you're going to say, but I'm going with Athena for safety.
It is Athena. That's good.
Yeah.
Do you want extra points? Extra points means it translates to I just take this straight from the bottle. Yeah. If you get extra points, you can name her Roman name.
Oh, I don't know.
Nah, I'm not getting it.
Minerva.
Oh,
dang.
I know, I'm sorry. I've always been interested in religion, even when I was religious. So that's why I like your name. But I just like to call you Areolus, because your face is getting kind of pink. Oh!
Oh,
it happened. She went there, kill it.
All right, read this comment. Read this multiple comments. And pull it over so we can see his profile picture. Yeah,
I want to see the profile picture, because if someone's going to call themselves big, they better be, like, fucking jacked or fat.
Let's see, hold on.
I don't want any liars on this channel, is what I'm concerned with. Okay. That really looks like a pre-workout, because it's, like, neon colored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sweet and sour.
Right, it's a picture of a baby? Is it big like the movie Big with Tom Hanks?
Hey, that was a good movie, man. I like that
also, movie. You know what? That was really messed up, though, because that chick was, like, totally into him, and he was, like, 13. But that's not as bad as... Do you remember, what was that called? Milk Money?
Oh.
No. Remember that? And that kid, like, he got kissed by that lady.
There we go.
It was like, they tried to make it romantic, but it was pedophilic. And
They're introducing us slowly. It's the Illuminati trying to turn us into pedophiles.
That's true. That's great. That's why I became a teacher.
All right, here we go.
Oh, God, please edit that one out. Okay, so Big says, I don't care what you believe or don't believe in. Seems to bother him quite a bit what others believe in. I find it comical someone would spend so much time and energy on trying this. Get a life, yo.
Wait, but then he goes on, right? What else does he say?
I read this as a girl. That's how I read it, as a chick saying it.
Oh, okay. He's a chick then. I mean, she's a chick.
He's a chick.
All right.
At God's Workout, the pic says you don't give a fuck what others believe in, yet 90% of your pics say otherwise. Why does it bother you so much what other people believe in? I guess what others believe in. Lol. I will take your silence as the answer I was looking for. Get a life.
What about that confirmation bias, yo? It's strong.
I love when people do that. And I just come back, I'm like, I work 4 jobs. and your comment got buried, but here's your reply to the thing that you were about. Yeah, so that's the thing is we don't give, I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. Like, I don't give your comment was, you know, or your meme. It was, you know, I don't give a fuck what other people believe in as long as they keep it to themselves, you know?
Well, yeah.
I hate to say like a common phrase, but, you know, religion's like dicks. You can play with it in private, but don't show it around outside.
Well, you know what I mean? Well, no, yeah, exactly. You know, a lot of people like to liken, you know, speaking out against religion or religious intolerance as not as having a stake in religion more so than what it actually is, and that's not even what it is. I mean, it's not so much that I know I don't care about what people believe. I think the generally, I don't say the magic fucking shoe. I say the hairless gorilla that's giving out hand jobs on the moon.
Like the masturbating monster on Neptune.
Yeah.
Hey, I like the magic fucking shoe. Okay, don't doubt the magic fucking shoe. It will kick your ass. Okay.
Does it have toe? Now, what you drop it down? Does he have a pair, or is it just like a single shoe that just hangs out?
It's just
like
a single shoe.
It's just a single shoe. See, look at this guy. He's looking out for fucking veterans right over here. That's what he's doing.
Yep.
PTSD.
But you know, a lot of people like you know, they will say that, you know, it's like, oh, well, why don't you attack this particular faith? It's like, okay, well, you know, that particular faith currently isn't trying to shove creationism in our public schools, or, you know, they're not currently on our TV, like during presidential debates, telling us that, well, you know, God chose me to be president. And it's just like, you know I mean...
You can try to do this with any kind of political issue, too. I mean, just to use a recent one with Obama trying to get slightly stricter restriction on guns in the sense of doing background checks more thoroughly. You know, people are against that for some reason. And does that mean that they, like, super care about guns and they totally love guns in secret because they're against guns and they talk against it? No. It just means they don't want to see that shit roaming around the streets. And, you know, whether you believe in guns or not, there's, you know, there's we don't want to have to worry about it being legislated. And that's when it comes to our attention anyway. I mean, I don't care if you are just existing as a Christian. That's great. But as soon as you start telling your kids what to think, as soon as you start forcing it into the curriculum. Funny thing about that, actually, there was an issue with that with some Christian group here in South Korea, and they were like, yeah, you got to put, you know, evolution's just a theory and all this other stuff, whatever, and, you know, maybe throw in some, you know, intelligent design rhetoric, whatever, and nobody did anything. And then, like, it started to hit, like, actual stuff, and everybody was like, oh, you're serious? Oh, okay, we're gonna just jump in and say you're dumb. Like, so that's what happened. Like, nobody seriously. And then, like, these Christian groups were, like, really rallying against it. Like, and then once it, like, got, like, a step up, you know, from just, like, a bunch of people to, like, a bunch of people with a piece of paper, they were like, oh, I'm sorry. You were serious. Oh, bless your heart. Oh, goodness. No, you can't put that in there. That's not science. Like, so that's what happened. And it was a beautiful time. And if that can be our government around the world, excellent. If our government says, hey, I only want to do stuff that can be proven, and I want to put laws into legislation that have evidence behind it to show why we should be legislated, yay, that's what I want. I want that.
Well, yeah.
But if you want to say, like, we should go do this thing because God, no. Hey, we should fund this thing because I'm religious. No.
Right. Well, to compare and contrast here, Lee, you remember how Texas textbooks now have that Moses was the first American.
Oh, she didn't know about that?
You didn't know? Yeah.
There are no words. My mouth is opening to say something in protest, but nothing happens. There are no words. There is no sound being produced.
Moses was a founding father way back when.
Are they all Mormon now? How does this work?
No. You see, God laid out the plan for the United States. Oh, hold on.
Hey, I got some flair going on, so I'm going to just do this.
Back in Moses' day, when God came down and handed him the law, that was the foundation. When he inscribed on those stones with his finger or his penis or whatever it is he used to etch that in stone.
If it was alive, it would have been his penis, because he can fucking do whatever he wants.
He was writing the Constitution way back when, and people just didn't realize it until the founding fathers came around and said, hey, that Moses guy, he had a good idea. We should found a country on this.
Don't tell me this while I've been drinking, because I will be prone to cry. That is an assassination of intellect.
Yeah. No, it's really sad.
That's what that is. That is an assassination of intellect.
It is.
But it's also... Well, I mean, it's also a good example of why, why it's important to speak out.
But on top of that, it doesn't even make sense. I mean, the first, 4 commandments are all about, don't suck any other god's cock, just suck mine. And then, we don't follow that in the United States. If you want to say, you know what, I'm not really into that, I'm a Wiccan, then nobody persecutes you in the sense of, throwing you in jail. Do you know what I mean? So it's not even that you can say the first, and what about, all the other laws that we have? I don't know, don't walk your horse through town on a Tuesday night or something. That didn't come from fucking the...
Now you hold on just a second there, because as I recall, Kim Davis tried to uphold the law of God and went to jail twice.
How did she try to uphold the law of God?
She would not let them there gays get married.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that either. I didn't. And actually, interestingly, this happened at work. There was I didn't know. Okay, so I, as we've established, I do even lift, and so my meals are always very protein heavy, and so I always eat. I pack my own food and I eat by myself. So I didn't see my coworker constantly praying over her meal while everybody else was going to the cafeteria. I had no idea she was a super strong Christian, and so she says, hey, did you hear, and this is a Korean woman, she says, hey, did you hear that the Supreme Court's going to vote on gay marriage? And I said, you know what, that's great, because, sometimes, for the most part, the U.S. likes to have the states do their own thing, but, they also like to have federal legislation when the states kind of, screw up a little bit. When they do something that violates human rights, for example, that's when the federal government steps in. And she says, yeah, but they're going to let gay people get married. I said, well, yeah, that's great. I hope they do that. And she's like, really? And then my boss jumps in again. Troll face mask just popped on. Actually, she's a strong Christian, so she might not think it's great. Troll face off, And I was like, well, the religious people were against interracial marriage too. I don't think that's the same thing. And I said, well, they did, and that's the difference. It's sick. It's sick because I've met other Christians here, and I've talked to them, and their phrasing is what kills me on the inside. I brought up something about homosexuals for some reason. It was in the news or something, and my friend said, well, I'm Christian, so I have to hate them.
What?
And I was like, what? He's like, well, I'm a Christian, so I have to hate them. I said, but do you feel like they deserve hate? He's like, I'm Christian.
But hold on. Doesn't Jesus say? I do believe I remember a verse where Jesus says, "Love your neighbor," and kind of like State Farm.
To love your enemy.
Unless it's literal fudge, then it's okay.
But I remember Jesus being a lot like State Farm. It's like a good neighbor, Jesus is there, kind of deal.
Okay, I'm dealing with that. I'm picking that up.
If only more Christians actually upheld that.
Jesus, why did I say Jason? Jesus wasn't like that. Jesus was like, fucking Jason and the goddamn Argonauts. He was like, listen, I came here to bring the sword, not peace, and divide families against each other.
No, Jesus was like, I came here to bring the sword, not the penis. I mean,
you know what?
Peace.
You know what? You know what I like? Let's all be like, if I was going to convert to religion, we can convert to Christianity, because Jesus totally encouraged drunkenness. So, you know, he was at the party and he made the wine, right?
Yes.
And then they said to him, I can't remember the King James, so I'm just going to put it in the me translation. Hey, nigga, most people bring out the shit stuff at the end of the party when everyone's drunk and can't tell the difference. You, man, you brought out the best stuff. And Jesus was like, cool. So everybody was trashed by that point. And then Jesus was like, let me make the finest wine possible. And first of all, that's really confusing, because he was raised as a carpenter, but apparently he's a really great winemaker. He should have just that. You know what I mean? And yeah, that was weird. Oh, can I just say something real quick about Jesus?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. The Shroud of Turin is that shroud that some people think is like proves Jesus was actually a guy. But according to Roman burials, Jewish burials, which he was Jewish, he would have been buried according to something that I can't remember the word for, and that's like a bunch of pieces of fabric, and not a single fabric.
Right.
So,
well, there's not only. Well, I mean, there's not only that, but they've actually run experiments on it that dates it back to the.
That's because it was contaminated.
Oh,
because
okay.
it's contaminated, you see.
Okay.
And science is a conspiracy Illuminati something.
It's
right,
conspiracy
so
Illuminati stuff.
Hold on, before we go way off the rails here.
I'm sorry.
I want to go back to this big so I can stamp him with dumbass of the week.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to say that I kind of lied in the meme. In the meme where I said I don't really care what you believe in. You can believe in whatever you want as long as you do X, Y, and Z. Well, people don't do X, Y, and Z. So it does bother me what people believe in, because beliefs are not these things that we just have in the back of our minds.
Right.
Beliefs manifest into actions. And sometimes, yes, we need to step up and say, look, motherfucker, what you're believing is not evidence-based. It's fantastical. It's nonsensical. It does not coordinate with reality. And it's some bullshit. Okay? And you're teaching this to kids. I like how you use the word
coordinate. I've been drinking.
and
it worked in the sentence. I just like how you use it to sound smart, but it was just like the bottom of the barrel long word.
I'm wasted too, okay? And
that's why I picked it up.
I'm trying to make sense for the people.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I care what people believe. I do.
I do too.
This again for theists that are watching this. This is not an atheist position. This has nothing to do with atheism. I care what people believe because I used to be there. And for anybody that follows me on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, you'll know that I talk a lot against obesity. And the reason I do that is not because I think fat people are the plague of the earth. It's that I used to be morbidly obese. And people lied to me. And I didn't like that. And I was miserable. And that's the reason I speak out against these things. I speak out against things like healthy at every size and fat acceptance, because you don't have to just accept it. And it's the same thing with religion. The idea that maybe somebody does just believe something and they don't vote on it, they don't do anything else with it, they just personally believe it. That's going to affect them personally. And you know what? We are social animals. We evolved empathy. And I care that you are putting yourself through this personal torture and you don't have to. That's what I care about. So, you know what? I don't give a fuck about the idea of God, but I absolutely give a fuck that you believe in him, because I care about you as another person.
Well, I think for all of us, though, I think the point at which we feel the need to speak up is when those beliefs do turn into actions.
I agree.
And yeah, and so that's it's kind of like we care about what you believe because we know that it eventually will turn into action. But it's like it doesn't become urgent or anything like that until you're sitting there with a picket sign saying "Die faggots," outside of wherever, and so I mean, things escalate quickly.
Right, and
America.
The issue is that if you're religious, coming from a religious background, I mean, I would vote based on my religion. That's the concept that I would have. I mean, I wouldn't vote something into legislation that was against my religion. That doesn't make any sense for me. So it's something people actively do. And that's why it's, they talk about, for example, in the United States particularly, they talk about, why don't you target Muslims? Well, if I lived in Saudi Arabia, I would. And I mean, I do target Islamic arguments and such on my channel, but the reason that most of it is from the Christian perspective is because most of the people that watch my channel are from a US or European heritage, and so that's what they bring up, and that's the only reason for it. It's not your particular religion. It is the fact that you are trying to legislate something based on a belief that is completely unfounded. I mean, imagine if I tried to legislate that nobody should wear black t-shirts ever, and that if you did it, that's illegal and you would be fined or thrown in jail. I mean, that's based on absolutely no rational thought. It's just me and my personal opinion. You would speak up against that. You would try to not let me be reelected. You know what I mean? So it's something like that. It's that to us, it's just as asinine to say all people with brown hair are stupid as it is to say all people that are gay don't deserve to be married. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to create a law that says you can only wear one left shoe because this is what the magic fucking shoe dictates. Okay?
You must masturbate on Mondays because that's what the masturbating monster, magical masturbating monster on Neptune says. What about you?
I masturbate every day.
Everybody, I'm going to legislate and say everybody must make a yearly trip to the Sea of Tranquility on the moon to get their yearly hand job from the hairless gorilla up there. I mean, he loves doing that shit.
Wait, excuse me. What about women? Raise my hand.
Well, I mean, hand job, either way.
DJ,
yeah, I mean, double clicking the mouse, anything. I mean, it's still a hand job.
Double clicking the mouse. That's great. That's great. I don't hear a lot of euphemisms out here. So that's great.
Hey, I think mine is actually good, okay? Playing DJ. Working the ones and twos.
Oh, okay. I dig it.
Yeah.
All right.
The
mouse is good too.
of the trough, so.
All right. Stamping this guy big with the picture of a child. Dumbass of the week.
That's because he's a big child.
Wait, what if he's big to a child and he's telling us he's a pedophile?
Maybe we should investigate that.
Why did I go there? All right, can we edit this part out? I gotta pee.
Yeah, go ahead.
Lee, I'm gonna have you read the one after this, but A-list, I want you to read this one, okay?
All right, sounds good.
His name sounds like A-list.
Or
with an A-list.
Yes, right.
All right, Aeolus.
Areolus, the Greek god of tits. Okay,
that's right. It could be a god of a cereola berry.
Hold on, let me get her blown
Natalia
up
or Natalie?
Embiggenets.
I think it's Natalie.
I hope somebody that's watching this understands that that's a reference to The Simpsons. Embiggen. Okay.
Oh no, she's kind of cute too. Don't tell me. Oh no.
Oh, you would just eat that mouse, wouldn't you?
I mean, she does look kind of yummy.
Right.
I wonder what the other mouse.
Okay, now listen.
Right. I bet it's like a little bit pink on the inside, but like her skin tone on the outside.
Oh, she's got a pretty skin tone.
No. You're not misogynist because I'm here. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm a mitigator.
Listen, okay, listen. God, he does not give with both hands. All right, you either get brains and smartness, or you get beauty. I mean, for some reason, God gave with both hands with both of you motherfuckers on here. But I mean, for most people, I'm saying
we're beautiful motherfuckers. We are glorious.
I'm just saying that you guys are outliers. For most people, you either get one or the other. Okay,
right.
It's never this.
We're gonna be the left end of the bell curve. curve.
You know what?
No, the right end of the bell curve. I don't want to be the left end. The right end is the better one.
Fuck God, because I am a wondrous and spectacular arrangement of atoms that came from the cosmos, okay? So fuck God,
There you go.
the universe.
Well, I
It's
want to
God.
say
Fuck God right in the pussy.
I can't think of anything witty to add to that. So I'm just going to say fuck God because I like thinking.
I say fuck God because I would really love to just bend that motherfucker over and just go right up his asshole.
Can you
That's what I
imagine
want.
fucking a god?
That would be awesome. I bet it would be a lot like fucking that Beckham guy.
Yeah. Oh my God, his wife?
No, just Beckham. I like that. Yeah,
Okay,
he's got a nice little tight
I'm down
round
with that.
ass.
Okay, that's right. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with him or his wife, or just like both of them.
Isn't his wife a Spice Girl?
She was, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
She was a punk now, but she's like.
Was she
like
crazy ass Spice?
No, she was the sporty Spice. Now she's like plush Spice. Now she's like bony Spice.
Oh yeah,
That's what
okay.
It's like this little thing, and like I could bench her, and then I would just like bench her and be like, and then like.
I think Alice is passing out. Alice, read this comment.
Dying on
We gotta get this thing.
You know what we're gonna do? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this video, but then everyone's gonna see that I win at the drinking.
Yeah.
I have been drinking this whole time.
Listen,
It's Chinese liquor.
listen. Natalie says,
Mexico
moron.
police has some kind of fucking, guidelines.
I'm trying to keep it going. Natalie says, moron. Christians are discriminated against every day, all over the world, mostly persecuted by Muslims. And no one discriminates against Muslims because everyone's catering to their bullshit.
You're right.
God, you guys are all idiots. Perfect little robots.
I mean,
all right. Well, Natalie, sweetheart, come to my channel, shake a little titty, and you'll see some delicious Muslim videos. So there's that.
It's like but you gotta shake some titty first in order to get the Muslim videos.
Right.
Okay, that's the rub there.
I'm tired. It's like when you're playing Legend of Zelda, fucking 64, not Majora's Mask, but the Ocarina of Time, and you can choose to get the big Goron sword, but you don't have to. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
I know.
Okay. So you can choose to do it, but you don't have to. That's the option. You can just shake your titties and things will happen easily. That's the thing, man. Shake your titties and the titties are the big Goron sword of life.
Look, now listen, this is coming from a southerner, all right? Titties are like a skeleton key to the world, okay? You just look.
That's what I said. Ouch. I shot the blur in my nose.
I know that's what you said, but I'm a man, so I said it, and I just give it validation.
Well, I'm a giant fucking nerd, so that's what I say.
Lick her up the mouth, lick her up the nose, lick her up the pussy. It's all the same.
Man, I the fucking vodka tampons, and I'm just like, does it work? Because I don't think it does.
Let me go ahead and address this.
Yes.
So first of all, it's not Christians that Muslims are discriminating against. Okay?
It's everybody.
It is everyone. But here's the thing, like, most likely she lives in America, and here in America, it's Christians that are discriminating against everyone else. In fact, since the Paris attacks, there have been hundreds of attacks on Muslims, mosques, Muslim property, Muslim homes, Muslim kids.
Godless engineer, can you bring up the rest of the comment? The above part? The before part? The land before time. Oh my God, you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Foot?
Yes, Littlefoot.
Yeah. All right.
Stop it, Lee. Stop it.
Oh,
we must stay on task.
I'm bringing it up, man. I'm bringing it up. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
So she thinks that they're discriminating against every day all over the world. That's probably a U.S. Christian. I don't think that speaks so much of a European Christian, but I'm going to pretend it does because you pretended the U.S. And there's a lot of influx of people that happen to be coming from Muslim countries, trying to seek sanctuary from places like Syria. So maybe she's really upset about that. And you know what? Deal with it. Okay? Deal with the fucking migrants, because that's how countries fucking happen. All right?
Hey.
About Muslims, you know what? I'm gonna agree with. I'm gonna agree. No, I'm gonna agree. Okay, in places like Lebanon, and that's fucking true. They are persecuted by Muslims, and they persecute Muslims.
Yeah.
On top of that,
well,
okay,
no,
they're not. It's not like this. It's like this. That's what it is. Okay,
well,
so it's not like, oh, the Muslims are hurting us. It's like, fuck the fucking Muslims. Fuck them and fuck them. Oh, they're saying fuck you back. Okay. Well, throw a thing at them. They threw a thing at us. Well, let's fucking like. I mean, it's like that's what their thing is, man. That's like their everyday, you know. And it sucks. And I guess that's why you want to migrate out of there. And more power to you for doing it. You know, but no one discriminates against Muslims. I mean, I do. I'm just going to put that out there. I fucking do. If you say you're Muslim, I'm going to discriminate against you the same way I'm going to discriminate against you for saying you're Christian or Wiccan. And the discrimination is you don't think skeptically all the time. That's discrimination.
That's probably
not that you're a bad person, not that you're a piece of shit, not that you do whatever. It's just that, okay, you don't think critically. Okay. I mean, but I fucking discriminate against them. I do it.
But wait. No one discriminates against Muslims.
No,
okay?
I don't know what discriminates is.
I got this. God, listen here. I got this. We can wait this way. We can do this. Okay. When I was working as a mortician, I did cremate a lot of people, and I did not discremate Muslims. So if I had a bunch of ashes of a Muslim, I did not discremate them and turn them back into a body.
That would be pretty fucking amazing, you know.
Yeah, that would be. I would probably drop to my knees and worship you if that happened. But
you can just do that anyway.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Muslims. I did not.
I can't do that. Just saying.
It was hard. It involved a lot of fucking glue. There was Elmers everywhere and pieces, and I made a sand castle. That wasn't the same.
I tried to discriminate him, and I just came out with this beautiful looking castle. It's got 72 virgins in it, though.
Hold on, wait. I'm not letting this go. So I could do that. I could drop to my knees and worship you. I've been told that I'm really good on my knees. Okay, but let me
I've been told I should start my
There's a lot of sexual innuendos going on here.
Come here the same way. So you're dropping on your knees.
Yes.
Why aren't you drinking, engineer?
Well,
are you even an engineer? Are you even?
Yeah.
Stamp Natalie with Dumbass of the Week. I just want to say that I want to address this Muslims.
Can I stamp Natalie with Hottie Dumbass of the Week?
What?
The what?
Hottie dumbass.
She's kind of hot, man. She is.
She is.
But she's got those. She's kind of got that look on her face, like, oh, there's nothing here, but I know how to use technology.
She's got the look on. What do I see on the look on her face? It's vacant.
Yeah.
It's kind of vacant though.
Pose. Could just be the pose.
She's not even looking at the camera either. Like, what is she looking at?
No.
Wait. Muslims. Everyone is catering to Muslims bullshit. Okay. And I wanted to address this.
Because you guys live in the U.S. How much do you agree with that?
I'm going to say that there are a shit ton of regressive leftists here in the United States who are catering to Muslim bullshit.
I agree with you.
But you've got some real fucking liberals who actually are leftists like me and GE who do not cater to that bullshit, and we treat it just the same as any other religious bullshit. Just because they're Muslims doesn't get them a special ticket against the discrimination that we give that you mentioned previously.
Thank you for referencing that, because I wasn't sure if that was valid because I've been drinking.
I thought it was pretty valid.
I thought it was too. I mean, because let's just put it out there. We do discriminate against Muslims and religious people.
I'm sorry, but that is trapped in my mind now. Like
it is, isn't it? Like you put him into the crematorium, and then you close it, and then you put in ice, and then it comes out as a body.
As a body, like. All right, Natalie, hottie dumbass of the week.
Natalie, you're a beautiful dumbass, but you're still a dumbass, and I'm not gonna. I will not suffer the dumbass. What is it? I don't suffer.
Thou shalt not suffer a witch.
Thank you. I just watched 2 documentaries yesterday. Thank you.
Yeah, but in this case, it's thou shalt not suffer a bitch to comment in vain.
Thou shalt not suffer a witch, but Natalie, I will buy you a drink.
Yeah. When you ask her, what are you thinking? She might not be able to answer, but does she really need to?
That's what I'm saying. She's just kind of like, I'm here being eye candy, and I'm like, got a sweet tooth. What can I do?
All right. Now, Lee, I need you to read this one, okay?
Uh-oh.
All right. This is the one that had you jumping out your seat.
You don't even have to blow it up. I got my dumbass reading glasses on. Samater says, isn't it stupid that science can't figure out why your cells aged and you are dead? Well, God was telling you exactly why you are gonna die. And then Areolis said, actually, science does know why our cells age. Perhaps you should do a simple Google search. And Samater says, I'm not sure about IP part, but rest. And I think he was drunker than I was at that point. But I'm just gonna say, we do know why cells age. They age because a lot of times our DNA decides to duplicate itself to try to not die. Google a biologist. I'm not a biologist. I studied buildings, okay? But here's what happens. So your cells are we gotta replicate so we can keep this same place. It's like if you want to be the side bitch, the main bitch to your man, okay? And he's dating some other chick, and you want to be the main bitch. You gotta just keep putting on that makeup. Maybe it's not the same every fucking day, but it's still there. You know what I mean? You still try, you still put up the effort. And sometimes when you get older, maybe you just don't put as much effort. You know, you just been doing it too fucking long, and you might just put a little eyeliner on. Maybe you don't put the mascara. Maybe you just put a little eyeliner on, a little lip gloss. And he's like, all right, this is workable, this is doable, but this isn't exactly what I signed up for. And it's the same thing with your cells. Your cells are like, I gotta hold my place. Let's replicate this. And as you get older, they're like, you know what? Fuck this shit. This is too much, man. Fuck this noise. We're gonna just get a little smaller. We're gonna get a little of this. We're gonna get a little of that. And that's why I have wrinkles under my eyes.
That actually wasn't that bad. Okay, that was kind of easy to follow. That was
an accurate analogy.
That was kind of easy to follow.
Well, is he saying that science can't figure out why your cells age while you're dead? Or while you're dead, your cells are... Because, while you're still dead, your hair still grows and your fingernails grow, right?
You know what?
They don't grow.
Thank you.
They don't?
Tell him why.
Because your skin actually shrivels and recedes, and your hair doesn't actually grow. It just appears to grow because the skin has crept back.
You are dehydrating because you are not hydrating. By the way, do not do this. Do the water. Okay? Don't follow my lead.
I'm actually going to do the opposite of what you say right now.
That's atheists. They're so rebellious.
Yeah, we are. Rebelling as fuck. Now, okay. Now, I have to be honest. I didn't know that about the skin pulling back and appearing.
Okay. You know what?
I think that maybe that might be where he's coming from. Like maybe he thinks that the cell, like the cells are duplicating or whatnot while he's dead.
Speaking in like fucking now time as far as verbs go, he's like your cells age and then you are dead. Like as in your cells are aging right now, you're dead right now. Like as he's talking, sort of thing. I've had this posed to me: if scientists are so smart, then how come they die? That's how it was posed.
That's a stupid fucking question.
It's okay if your brain blue screens. Mine did several times. And what they're really trying to say is, I'm sorry, I'm hiccuping silently.
Now you look at here. You look at here. These scientists, they think they got it all figured out, right? They think that they got it all figured out, but what they can't do, they can't create an afterlife like Jesus did. So
that's the exact argument. That's the argument. Is that there is a claim that a God claimed something, and humans don't necessarily understand. But we do understand why. I explained the basic part. We understand why our cells age. Okay, we age because it's just a miscommunication in the copying. That's all it is.
Telomerase.
Well, and we die.
Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Telomerase? I don't.
Telomerase.
What the fuck are you saying?
So your cells have tails, and they're called telomeres. And it's actually, there's this thing.
Oh, she's trying out for a girl band, I think.
Hey, you're not drinking. We get it.
Telomerase is it's like the enzyme that keeps the tail. Like, go ahead, you got it.
Yeah. No, I'm picking up what you're dropping out. I'll pick it fucking right up. The telomerase is the shit that's like, hey, I'm still this telomere, and I'm the same one. And then eventually it goes away because, again, man, you're that side bitch. You don't need to be there, but you are. Man, sometimes you're just getting a little sick. You had a little too much Chipotle that day. You do not feel good. You feel bloated as fuck. And so you're just going to put on a little eyeliner, little fucking lip gloss, and that's how you're feeling today. And that's what it is. I mean, that's really... No, gentlemen.
Why can't it be side dude? Why does it got to be side bitch? Why can't it be side dude?
It can be a side dude, but I'm a woman.
I've been a side dude.
I identify with the bitch.
I've been a side dude before, okay? So
I'm sorry. Wait. Am I sorry to hear that, or am I happy to hear that?
Wait, I kind of like being a side dude. Okay.
Okay, and I'm happy to hear that from you. Was it when you were in the military? Because I bet it was.
No comment. So, last thing I want to say about
I know what it's like.
Is that I always think it's hilarious when people refer to science like it's a person. Like, isn't it stupid that science over there can't figure out why your cells aged?
Right. Mr. Science.
If you don't have a proper understanding of science, you probably can't leave a legitimate comment on social media.
Okay, we all know that there's a guy named Science that's living up there on Darwin Way, and he
Olympus Darwin.
He writes with his pen of Richard Dawkins, and he says, "Fuck all you religious people," and that's all he writes. And I mean, Science.
The essence of Hitchens.
Yeah. Exactly, that's his ink, is Essence of Hitchens with the pen of Dawkins, and he's just like, fuck you. And that's what Science writes all the time. You know what?
Where can I buy Essence of Hitchens? Because I do not smell enough like an alcoholic.
That's called whiskey.
Yeah, whiskey. All right,
hey, so... I got to do it. Oh! The DK taunt from Smash Brothers 64. Oh!
I'm a little too wasted right now, so we're going to go ahead and stamp Sameter.
Hang on.
Dumbass of the week.
Hang on. Can we say, though, because we didn't say, Science does know why our cells age.
Well, yeah, I kind of did. I told him that.
I did. Yeah. I told him that, too.
Well, yeah, and it's it's just that these people,
And-
they can't do.
Let me address the other part. It says
Sorry.
God
Okay,
was
go
telling
ahead.
you exactly why you're going to die. God was telling you exactly why you're going to die. Again, demonstrate a God, demonstrate it knows your death, and demonstrate that there is a reason for it. Because you cannot just say, oh, because it's written in a book that your death has some kind of meaning. You know what I mean? That's not how that works. You have to actually demonstrate this shit actually is valid. So, I mean, what is God's reason that we're going to die? Because Adam and Eve? That's a dumb. I did not eat that quince. By the way, it was likely a quince, not an apple. I did not eat that. Because quinces taste like shit.
Well, and you know what? Not only was it Adam and Eve, but the society before the flood, they fucked us over too. Otherwise, we would live for like 900 fucking years. Okay?
Yeah. Like the Moses.
Yeah, that like Methuselah, 969. 69.
Can you imagine being 969ing?
69. Oh, the wrinkles, man. Ah!
That's alright, you can pull shit back, whatever.
Listen, Sameter, dumbass of the week, okay?
Alright.
You know what, I gotta agree with that. I think out of all the people so far, Sameter is like the guy.
Yeah.
That's the dumbass.
Well, what really gets me...
It's just because Natalie's hot. I'm sorry, I'm biased.
Well, what really gets me is the fact that these people, they can't do Google. Like the first thing that I do when I don't know something is I Google search the fuck out of it. Like I try to figure it out.
I'm pretty sure I know it, but I'm kind of not sure. I still do a Google search.
Yeah.
And I usually end up over there on carm.org where they got all the answers, okay? If you got any questions about our Lord and Savior, go over there to carm.org. Yeah, Matt Slick.
Chick.
He is an American hero.
Chick.com is Chick Tracks, right?
Yeah.
I love
Chick Tracks. But you know, the Bible Reloaded, they read Chick Tracks. I bet you reading some Chick Tracks drunk would be awesome.
Do you want to try it?
Yeah, we should try that.
Well, is there any way that we could put a pin in that for next week or whenever we can get Lee back on? Because I want to be drunk off my ass on moonshine when we pull up.
Yes, next Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right, so let's go ahead and sign off here. I'm Aeolus, your favorite atheist motherfucker. So make sure you drink skeptically. Wait, did I say that right? Drink responsibly. Think skeptically. Drink. It's all the same when you're wasted. May reason always outweigh religious stupidity.
And I'm the Godless Engineer. I'm not drunk tonight. These guys are these guys over. Wait.
You're pointing in the right direction.
Yeah. These guys over there, they're pretty wasted. Next time I'll be wasted. But do go over to my channel, check me out. I've got daily content posting most of the time. So, and then we got Lee Lemon over here.
Yeah, I'm Lee Lemon, and I drink Chinese liquor, and I highly recommend it. If you can go to like a local ethnic store, try their liquor out. It'll be a lot of fun. Might not taste the best. I had some fucking Ginebra, and that was tasted like stinky crabs. But this is pretty good. So give that a shot. And then to plug myself, as opposed to your local ethnic store, to support your local economy. My channel is youtube.com/LeeLemon. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm Lee Lemon on Twitter. I'm Lemon Lifts on Twitter. I do mostly lifting stuff. Lemon Lifts on Instagram as well. And let's just put that I can outdrink you. We just
whoa. You can't outdrink me. You
did.
You didn't. Look at this. Look at this. This is tequila, yo. Half a bottle gone.
It is almost gone.
Half a bottle. You can't outdrink me, and you can't outlift me. You can't outdrink, and you can't outlift.
Like
How how about we take this to YouTube, okay? You come meet me in the States, or I'll come meet you in Korea, and I will outdrink you and outlift you at the same time.
At the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah. That seems a little irresponsible to be drinking and lifting at the same time. He's like, I love a challenge.
It doesn't hurt.
Well, all right. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, drink irresponsibly.